'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, we'll bow and we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. Thank you for joining in. I woke up with this song this morning. Didn't appear on the horizon until this morning, but I woke up with this song, and it says exactly what I want to say today, and we'll share that a little bit more deeply. But the theme, of course, is service, and the title today is Unto the Least of These. And I struggled with that a little bit, because the least means there's a greatest. And I want to turn to the positive side of things and say, how do we serve in order that we may rise in consciousness? How do we serve? We'll talk of a couple of things. We'll talk a little bit about who the least of these might be in our ordinary human consciousness, maybe in our societal consciousness, but more from a spiritual consciousness as well. We'll talk about what it means to be great, and how am I to adopt what I call a servant posture. There's a wonderful scripture in the New Testament that I like a lot, but I took some liberties and I made it into a little bit of a reader's theater. And I want to begin with this. And Betty and Charlotte, if you'll come, because they're going to help me with this little reader's theater thing this morning. And I'll begin it, and then they'll come on in and move on in here. Okay, so let me set the scene for you. The scene is a company of right-minded people. You know, we often say, well, they're not in their right minds, but right-minded people are people whose mind is attuned to spirit. And so we're going to be in the company of right-minded people gathered before what I call a spirit king. A spirit king. So I'll start the reading in this reader's theater, and then Betty and Charlotte will join in. The spirit king said to the right-minded, "Come, you that are divinely blessed, inherit the kingdom prepared from you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me." And then the right-minded answer,
"Lord, when was it that we saw you hungry and gave you food, or thirsty and gave you something to drink?"
We don't understand. And when was it that we saw you as a stranger and welcomed you in, or that you were naked and we gave you clothes? When was that? And when was it that we saw you sick or in prison and visited you? When was it?
And the spirit king answered, "Truly I tell you, just as you did it to one of these, one of the least of these who are members of my family, you did it to me." I like this because we talk about the least of these. We skip right on the fact that they're members of my family. Those two things don't seem to go together. The least of these and my family here, whom I value and I'm equal with and I'm one with. And I think that's the truth of what we want to look at when we look at the least of these, because all of us are part of that human family, of that divine family. We are one and we are equal. And that's what's on my heart to say today. Charles Fillmore, when he talked about greatness, which is that opposite side of the least thing, said this: Jesus taught that service was the test of value. He that is greatest among you, let him serve. So who are the characters that you know of that we would say exemplify service to the greatest? Is it Mahatma Gandhi? Maybe Mother Teresa? Maybe Nelson Mandela? Or you name that person for you that is the person that exemplifies this spirit service, this leadership in a way that is a servant way of approaching it. Well, it could be that these leaders, and maybe the one you're thinking about, have some things in common. And these are the things that I think are common to those who would be spirit-led to service. Here they are. Spirit leaders, or those who would truly serve, have faith in others. I don't just mean they have faith in the people that they really respect, their boss, some leader in the community, some political leader, some religious leader. They have faith in everyone. We often say that, everybody's doing the very best they can with what they've got to work with, which includes some decisions they make which weren't so good, but everybody's doing the best they can. We are on one plane. We can have faith that the divine is in each and every one of us. So I think spirit service leaders, those who truly serve, have faith in one another. I think spirit service leaders are the ones who know that they don't have to control things. Oh, this is a tough one. I like to control things. But spirit moves in ways that we can't comprehend. We only see a very, very little picture, and this picture is so big, and we can't control it. We can't control technology. We saw that this morning. But those who would truly serve know that they don't control things. So when they look at someone, they don't look at someone with pity, saying, well, I can make this right for them. I can fix this situation. I can make a contribution here. I can start a program there. No, those who would truly serve know that they don't control things. But let me move on. Those that would truly serve know that they are one with the one. And so that everyone, every part, in fact, of creation is one with them, part of a huge network that's not separate one from another. And so knowing that they're one with the one means that the way they treat other people, the way they give out from themselves, the way they share, means that they're doing this for themselves because they're part of the one. So if we're serving in a way that serves somebody else, it is in the best sense of the word serving ourselves as well. We know this. We talk about the cycle of giving and receiving, how whenever we give, we know that that comes around to us as well. That's because we, in fact, are one. One who would truly serve is also one who has purpose as the bedrock of their life. Do you think about that at all? I do. I think maybe it comes with a little bit of age sometimes. We get along and say, well, what really is my purpose? But when we're able to go within to discern what is our unique purpose, and we are very unique, we have a special gift to give. When we know that purpose, then we can truly serve. Without that sense of purpose, we're flailing away, throwing our energy, perhaps our money and our time at something, but not having it come from within, because it's when it comes from within that it's a true service. So these people that we would talk about, these characteristics of true service, I'm getting right to it right away, and we'll make it a little short. How do I do that? I'm going to suggest, well, 3 things. Number 1, and I want you to think, put on your thinking cap here. What is someone that you see regularly who provides some kind of service, but you don't know their name? You got it? Someone you see regularly, they're serving for you, but you don't know their name. How do I do that? Start treating them as one with you. Start treating them as one of the family. You can start by asking their name. That's one way you do that. Reflect on the idea, what does it mean to be great? Most of us at some times think, boy, I would like to be great. Sometimes it's I'd like to be seen as great, but sometimes we like our greatness to show. But like our greatness to show even to ourselves. Let's I'm sure most of you are in that category. You just want to experience the greatness that you know you are. Well, stop and reflect just a little bit. What does it mean for you to be great? The unique person that you are, the gifts that you have, in line with true service. What does it mean to be great? Charles Fillmore said this: he who willingly performs lowly, humble service with no thought of personal distinction. That's greatness. How does that work out for you? Put aside any thought of I'm distinguished because I do this, and say, what is mine to do? And that's the third point. What is mine to do? What does Spirit within me prompt me, urge me, poke me, shove me to do? You know it, it just feels right. So do these things. How do you do that? How do you get that touch with Spirit when it comes to service? You've heard the phrase, oh, that touched my heart. Pay attention to those things that touch your heart. That's a call to service. That's a call to service. And then in line with that purpose that you have, ask the question that Viktor Frankl, one of our old friends, I like to talk about Viktor Frankl, so much wisdom. He said, don't ask what it is that I want, but ask what is wanted of me. Not what I want, but what is wanted of me. Let me go back to the beginning. I won't sing it this time. I'll just quote the lyrics so you can hear them. 'Tis a gift to be simple. 'Tis the gift to be free. 'Tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. To be the greatest, to rise in consciousness, means we sometimes have to come down. Come down to that level where we are one with everyone, where we are equal with everyone. So maybe you might want to start by coming down. And I love those lyrics in the song. That will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, say the Shakers, to bow, to bend, we won't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight. Till by turning, we come round right. And so it is.